I click leave instead of Mike. Sorry, apologies. Yes, so the search feature is the little compass. Like if you go out in the hallway on the top left corner, that's it's like the explore, right? Like where you can find out conversation and all of that stuff. But there's that one. But if you like toggle down more, like you press the screen down, it will say search clubhouse, right? And so just like you see your main hallway, and instead, so the little thing compass is on the top left. But if you keep pushing the screen down, like a swipe down, you'll see where it says search clubhouse, and then you can just type in anyone that you want. Like so, like let's say if you want to search about spirituality, like I'm only saying that I don't know, or about cake, I don't know, like, right. um and so not only with the will the name of the people that are cake come up, but also any clubs, right, that are about cake, and then rooms that are about that are currently scheduled that has cakes in them, you know and so even events that have cake in them. Um, so in that way, like there's great ways to search Clubhouse, and it's not a new feature, but it's really been enhanced, I feel, so in terms of like how it is that you're enjoying, like you say, okay, what am I interested in, where do I want to go? I just feel like search is also a better way to look for that versus like just somebody pinging you randomly into a club just because they follow you. So yeah.
Michelle, are you seeing the Michelle? Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, I was actually I was actually doing that. I was like, "Oh, this is I mean, I had seen the search bar before, but I realized I could go to my little plus sign, my ping sign, and actually type in like grief, and it would only show me my followers who have that in their profile somewhere or have expressed an interest. So that was pretty cool.
And one other thing that I figured out is that I can potentially, uh, I'm still working out this out, but I create a calendar event and I could put some keyword in there that is specific to like my brand or something. And then in that way, if I go to that search bar and type it in and then toggle to the tab of events, I could potentially see all of my scheduled events in a list. Because what I struggle with right now is keeping a calendar, like being able to see like the schedule laid out of what I am doing or involved in throughout the week. It's like I have to write it down manually somewhere, or I have in the past posted it or created a Google Calendar that's public, but then again, it's shown in my time zone, so it's not super helpful for everyone. And of course, they have not improved or made our bio upcoming into a carousel just yet. So not everything that you're participating in is sh shown to you. I guess the only way you see it is because you go into your own calendar to see what is up next in my event. So yes, so those are the things that I know I went from one place to another, but because you all talked about the search bar, I am thinking that maybe at one point, I want to keep organized. I can in my calendar post put a keyword in it so that I could search for it, or I could tell people to search for it under event so they can find all the things that I'm doing in the universal search under the event with the keyword. I'm
Oh my gosh, yes. I've thought this for a while now because um I like when you're just exploring not in the hallway, but in the upcoming, like where it says upcoming for you. And somebody will tell me, "Oh, hey, well, I scheduled the room on such and such a date." Well, that's great because I can't see it in there because it only scrolls up to a certain point. And I maybe there's some psychology or science behind scrolling. I mean, and I know that there is to a point because it's some type of dopamine release when we scroll. But I prefer an actual calendar. Like, show me the month of November so I can click on, and then I can click on the date, and then I can scroll like all the rooms that are scheduled for that date. Like, I don't like the fact that I can only see it up to a certain point and I have to scroll through all this stuff that I have not actually signed up for. Um, Even if it's stuff that's might be in clubs that I'm a member of, I really would love to see an actual calendar. Now, that probably includes some, whatever coding that they would need to do. But it seems like that would make a lot more sense in terms of scheduling, but also as the user, it just would be a better GUI in terms of finding. Okay, I know that so and so told me that their room is scheduled on Friday 2 weeks from now, or even a month from now. Okay, well, I want to be able to just click on that and then go to that day so that I can see it. That's just
Can't believe, oh, I have not heard that in so long. The GUI. Is it the GUI?
yeah. And welcome Bonnie, my friend Bonnie down there in the
Yeah, welcome, Bonnie. If you want to join us to talk about your favorite feature, we would love to hear from you, especially in the point of view of a moderator. And maybe your not so favorite ones and your hopes for what could be added soon. And I mean, overall, I feel like we opened this topic because there have been so many new features that came up in the last month or so, and it's like we're trying to see how we can best use them all and to our advantage. So, welcome, Bonnie. Welcome, and please tell us what your top favorite feature.
Sorry, I had to unmute. Sorry. Um, yeah. So wait, what I came in right at the tail end of what was the GUI? What were you just talking about?
Oh, you know how like in the when you go in the hallway and you have the little see the first time I clicked on it, I felt robbed. So it looks like a calendar. You click on it and it has, upcoming for you or your events or whatever. And
Yeah.
my thing was I would love it if it was an actual calendar so that I could go to the month that I wanted and click on a date because, let's say you told me, "Hey, Michelle, I'm going to be scheduling a room, a month from now." Okay, well, I won't know because currently you can't go out that far scrolling.
Oh, okay. All right. So like I am hold on one second. So I put in okay. So what I would suggest for that is to use and you're right. I mean, you cannot do that. Um, but what I would suggest for that, and I just tested it out, I would use the universal search. I would put the word December. That's what I just did. I would put the word December and then I would put events. And then literally that's everything that's already been scheduled for December.
Oh, I see that. Okay.
Now there
Interesting.
are some
But it's
things
giving me
that
like
have been scheduled before there, but right, no, it is before. But like if you know, for example, like you were giving the example of you knew that, whomever scheduled something and she scheduled it for 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now or whatever. Well, if you know the person, you could put the person an event and it would come up. Or if you knew what club it was scheduled under, you could put the club, the name, um, and look under events. You know what I'm saying? So I would
yeah.
use the universal search for now. It's not what you want. It's definitely not what you want. but there's two. Hey, Lakeisha and Levant and Yvonne. I think that it would be too cumbersome right now, especially right now. The app is definitely overloaded right now, since the latest three updates, I would say. And so it's definitely struggling. And I feel like I'm not a coder. I don't do all that stuff, but I feel like because it's layers of like filters basically that you would be asking for, I feel like it would be a huge weight, for lack of a better description, on the app. But I think that would be a great suggestion.
Yeah, that's true. It probably would slow things down a little bit. But
More
yeah,
than
I
a
love
little.
your idea. That's really great.
Yeah, I mean, I would do that because you were giving the example of a situation where you already had some information to go by. So then you could definitely use the universal search, where now at least it's more user friendly and it's more robust, the searches, than it was before. It's still not going to get you what you want as fast as you want it. But I would do that in the immediate, and then I would also um, send them a request for that feature and describe it. Like, don't just say what you want, but give them the use case for it, because they always want to know what the use case is. So what would be the use case for that? Tell them exactly, why that would be easier than using the universal search, and explain. Because if you use the universal search, and you have to go through a few different layers, where you could just look up there, put in the word December, and put December, whatever the topic is, December social media, for example. I might be looking for rooms that are already scheduled on the topic of social media in the month of December, and then it would filter that out a lot faster than using the universal search, I think. But they always want to know the use case. So if you give them the use case, you'll be at a better advantage of seeing the feature put in there. And also, obviously, if you're not the only one requesting it.